Hi, Diane.
Hello, how you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Before we get into this, I'm just going to do a quick little intro. My name is Kirsti. I'm the Junior Fitness Editor at Women's Health, and with me is obviously the lovely Dianne Buswell. Thank you so much for taking the time to chat to us today.
Thank you for having me. I'm very excited to be here.
And your incredible workout as well.
Thank you.
Right, so we're going to get straight into it. We had a lot of reader questions for you, and a lot of them are kind of around the theme of staying fit and healthy during lockdown, which is obviously quite a struggle.
Yes.
What advice do you have? How are you keeping fit and healthy?
Keeping fit and healthy during lockdown, to be honest, it's sort of been easier, I think, than when I'm busy. Purely for the fact that when I'm busy, I don't have time to make myself good meals. For example, like I like to create like juices and things like that, like carrot, ginger, lemon juices. I don't have time for any of that when I'm on the run. So it's been really nice to actually go back to the basics, I guess, and do all that kind of stuff. I can actually wake up in the morning. I can do a nice yoga workout because I've got the time. I can go for a run on my treadmill. I've fully equipped my home now with workout gear. I think
it looks incredible.
Possible. But one of my favorite things I've been using at the moment is the good old TheraBand. You can do so much with a TheraBand, and you don't need much space. They you can do them in like a small apartment, anything, but they're so good. But yeah, I find I've got more time to sort of work on myself. So that's sort of how I've been looking at it. It's kind of been more of a positive than a negative. Yes, when I'm dancing, obviously I'm going out and I'm dancing every single day. Yeah. But it's such a busy lifestyle for me, especially on the road. Like if I'm doing a tour, I'm in one place one day and then the next day I'm in another place. So I don't have the luxury of, making myself a fresh juice or being in the kitchen and making some like fresh vegetables and things like that. So yeah, I've sort of worked it that way.
And what does your training schedule look like at the moment? You mentioned you're doing a bit of yoga. What else have you got going on?
Yeah, so I like to wake up and do something straight away. Before I have breakfast, I like to get myself moving, just purely for the fact I feel like it motivates me to do more during the day. If I wake up and I feel a bit lethargic, because it's so easy to do that at the moment. It's easy to wake up late. It's easy to be like, I can put that off till later. And then you end up never doing it. So I still think the frame of mind for me is wake up, get something done, whether it be yoga, whether it be, I have a little treadmill here, even if it's like a 15-minute walk whilst I'm watching the morning news, just something that gets me moving, creates my whole day. And then I find I like doing more shorter workouts, but space them out during the day rather than being there for a solid hour or hour and a half or however long you want to do the exercise. I kind of, space them out during the day, do little bits and pieces in between. Cleaning is also another great exercise.
I saw you did a whole wardrobe makeover.
Yes. Oh wow. Yeah, that was full on.
that looked like a thing, but now I have serious wardrobe envy. It looks incredible in there.
I'm a bit obsessed. I often just like go up there and just sit there. Like I'm not even doing anything. I'm just sitting in there admiring it.
That's the dream. That is the dream. Going back to your training, I'm really interested to know what your training looks like when you're not shooting for a show or in lockdown. What is your normal training regime?
So I'm usually either, on Strictly or on another Strictly related tour or on my own tour. So I usually just stick to dancing is normally enough workout for me when I'm doing the show, when I'm doing a tour. But in saying that, I do still like to do things like Pilates, stretching. I do more of that. Like cardio, I don't really need any more of it whilst I'm dancing, because some days I'll be doing like a 12-hour day of pure dancing. So it would be crazy to then add on top of that more cardio. But what I do find I do more of when I'm in my normal life is more of the conditioning side of it. So definitely more stretching, as my muscles are really quite fatigued from doing so much. Stretching and, you know, some maybe core exercises, but more light-hearted stuff rather than intense cardio.
And I see you and Joe have been training together.
Yes.
In lockdown. Is this a lockdown thing, or is it something that you do regularly?
I mean, probably my live videos is more of a lockdown thing, like my live workouts, and I make him do it with me every morning. But in saying that, we keep saying in real life, but when we're not in lockdown, we love to go for bike rides, we love to go for walks. So it's more, I think, we go out to have a bit of fun and enjoy being outside rather than going out and doing like a full-on run or like an actual exercise as such. But yeah, I love that he does join in with all my exercises that I do online.
Oh no, it's awesome to watch you guys kind of feed off each other and to banter and stuff. It's like a window into your world.
Yeah.
And let's talk about doing lockdown as a couple. I know that comes with a whole host of challenges. Talk me through that. What's it been like?
Yeah, we're pretty good actually. We're fine. We have quite a different way of working though. So like Joe loves to work at night. Joe's a night owl. He could stay up till 1, 2 a.m. and he does a lot of live streaming on his computer with games and stuff. So he sort of stays up at night, whereas I love going to bed at night. Like there's a certain point I'm like, all right, I'm a bit like a nana like that. I just have to go to bed quite early. But then I wake up super, super early. So I have my own time in the morning and he has his time at night. And then we have like the middle of the day. It's like, it's perfect. It works out great because we both have separate sort of things going on. But then when it comes time to do something together, we still do that. So yeah,
that's really cool.
Coping quite well. Yeah.
So you kind of have your own space and your own kind of zones, and then you can come together when you want to.
Yeah.
That is a good strategy. Maybe I need to start doing that with my boyfriend. So the Joe and Diane show, you guys must have been gutted when you had to postpone that. That's going ahead next year.
Yes, yeah. I mean, it was gutting. We had been working on this project for over a year now, and it was all going so well. We were just, I'd get goosebumps in training because I was like, I can't believe we've done this. Like, we worked so hard on creating something super special for us and for the audience. And it is super special. We managed to get the whole show up and running. So before lockdown happened, we did a full run of the show with our cast, our incredible cast.
So you were that close to going on.
We were so close. We were literally days from opening night. But yeah, we got a whole rundown. We've filmed it all, and I really can't wait to be able to put it on a stage next year. So yeah, it's all still going ahead. We managed to get basically all our venues back, which is fantastic. So yeah, we really look forward to everyone that's going to come and watch, because it's going to be an incredible show.
Well, I can't wait to come and watch it. I'm going to be there.
Yeah, it's so fun.
Speaking of shows, Strictly, do you know what's going to happen with it this year? Can you tell us anything about that?
Yeah, I actually don't know anything yet. Fingers crossed. I'm hoping and praying that we still go ahead and the show still continues. But at this stage, I haven't heard anything. I guess they have to just watch out for the government advice and take it step by step, I guess. But yeah, personally, I haven't heard anything. At the moment, though, we are working on there's 3 specials going on. So I think it's Blackpool, Movies Week and Musicals Week, and they're doing 3 specials, so that'll be cool. So us pros are all involved in that. We had a meeting the other day about it over Zoom, and it was just so exciting. Like, even though it was just a Zoom meeting, seeing all the pros up on one screen, and it's like excitement. It's like going back to school. Honestly, every time Strictly comes around, the day before I start, I feel like when you felt like I used to love going to school. So it was like that back to school feeling where you're like, you've got to go see all your friends again. It's something you absolutely love doing. And yeah, so fingers crossed it returns.
Yeah, absolutely. Who is your favorite Strictly celeb aside from Joe, obviously?
My favorite Strictly celeb. So I've had 3 celebs so far. I had Reverend Richard Coles was my first partner, then obviously Joe, and then Dev. Although I did have a few, I had a Christmas special partner, and I've done Children in Need and stuff like that. But my main partners, I can't pick a favorite. They all had such good qualities. Rev was hilarious, and I could speak to him for days and days and days. He's the most interesting man I have ever met in my whole life, and we still talk to this day. He doesn't do Instagram or anything like that though, so I have to send him the little odd the Twitter message I sent him, and we speak by Twitter because he loves Twitter. And Deb was just such a cool guy, like great personality, lovely person to work with. I've been super lucky with my partners. I actually couldn't pick a favorite, and obviously Joe is Joe. We all know that I love Joe, so yeah, I can't.
Yeah, you're a fan.
Yeah.
And who would you love to partner up with in the future on Strictly?
I'm going to go with, only purely for the fact I have been watching High School Musical lately. I know, so guilty. I've really gotten into it. I've binged on High School Musical.
I'm a major fan, so you're preaching to converted here.
I love it. Like, I have watched it before, but I've gone back to it, and I'm like, how have I waited this long to watch it again? So I'm going to go with Zac Efron. I would love to dance with Zac Efron.
Oh my God, the dream.
He would have some moves. I'm telling you, he would be he would have some swag. It would be amazing. So yeah, we'll go with Zac Efron.
Speaking of High School Musical, recommendation for Instagram workout. I think you and Joe should do like one of their songs or something. That would be so rad.
Idea. That is a really good idea. Yeah.
We're all in this together.
Yes. Oh my God, done. I'll be working on that tonight.
Just providing some content there.
Yeah, I love that.
Okay, so I want to dig into some reader questions now. Some very interesting stuff. Sure. Thank you so much for sending in the questions, guys. Joanne wants to know, what is your favorite style of dance to teach?
Favorite style to teach? I actually love ballroom, like waltz, tango, foxtrot, quick step. I feel like growing up I was more of a like Latin girl, so I loved the faster ones, but as I got a bit older I really appreciated the ballroom style of dancing, and teaching it like one-on-one with someone is really rewarding. Especially I feel like guys, once they kind of get that frame and they start moving around, they feel very like a different person. They feel very gentlemanly, and you can see they absolutely love it. So yeah, I'd say ballroom. I love teaching.
Molly wants to know, what is the first thing you teach your celeb partner when you start out?
First thing, I try and really just make them feel comfortable with working with me. So I don't go into too much detail on the first day. I just want them to sort of feel comfortable around me, because the more confident and comfortable they are, the more they're going to give me. Because it's a really strange thing when you come into Strictly. It's such a different environment for them. They've never danced before. So you need to make them feel as comfortable as possible in that new surrounding. So you don't want to scare them too much with like heels, toes, left, right, slow, fast, like here's a count of 8 here. I take it super slow on the first like few days, and just try and sort of get them out of their shell and see what they're capable of, see what their personalities are like. It's more about gauging them as a person, I feel, in those first few days, rather than going straight into the dancing.
So would you say your strategy kind of adapts to the person that you're working with, or do you follow a similar?
Yeah, 100%. I think you have to adapt to every partner you have. And yeah, like if you look at all my partners, they've all been extremely different. And I've, you have a baseline of how you structure your day and how you structure the week, which I still keep the same, but you have to adapt the routines. You have to adapt, a lot of things to your certain partner.
Okay. Evie, this is a great question. If you were stranded on a desert island with another Strictly pro, who would you want it to be?
I'm gonna go with they're also amazing. So they would I would either choose, oh gosh, it's hard, but I would either go with Johannes because he's just like so funny. You can just I often just sit there and watch him, and he's not even doing anything funny, but he makes me laugh because he's just got the most funniest personality and mannerisms. And then there's Amy, who's the sweetest girl you can ever meet in your life. So it would be either Amy, I'll go one boy, one girl. We'll go Johannes and Amy. There we go, done.
Sounds like a great desert island team.
Yeah.
Becca says, I'm 26. Can I still get into dancing, or will it be too hard?
100%. At any age, you can get into dancing. Jeanette Manrara, I think she was either in her 20s or I think she was in her late 20s actually when she started dancing, and she's a Strictly professional now. So you can 100% do it at any age. You can start 30s, 40s, 50s, doesn't matter. You can start whenever.
Where would you say is the best place to get started? For someone like me, I'm also in my 20s.
Yeah. 2
left feet. But I love music and I love to dance. I just kind of don't know where to even get going.
Sure. Well, I mean, I guess it's how you feel comfortable. If you would rather go and have maybe a private one-on-one lesson with someone if you've got any local dance schools around the area, or it's a good way to start with all this online stuff. There's so many classes online. Just pop one of them on and see if you can follow along first, and maybe get a few tips first when you're in the comfort of your own home. And then once you're feeling okay, I've got a little bit of knowledge now, maybe then go and join either a one-on-one class, or group classes are fantastic as well. But loads of dance schools will offer a beginner's group Latin class, or a beginner's group ballroom class, or something like that. They're probably the best ways to go and start, because there's people in the same boat as you as well. So there's a group of you doing the same thing and learning at the same rate. So I'd probably, suggest something like that. But there's usually, always dance schools dotted all about the place.
Okay, my post-lockdown first port of call is
try first online, and then once you get a bit of confidence, go to a class.
Well, I did try your Little Mermaid dance.
Oh,
that was a lot of fun.
You know what? I love that one.
Yeah, I nailed it. So
good. I'm so impressed.
Okay, more questions. CJ wants to know, what is your favorite ever Strictly dance?
My favorite ever Strictly dance that I have done. I would go with, I really enjoyed doing this one. It was I did it last year with Dev, the Aladdin number.
So amazing.
I really enjoyed that. I think it was the fact that I was playing a monkey, and the costuming was so cool, the concept, everything about that dance I just loved. Everyone was when I said I'm doing that, they were oh, you've got to be Jasmine, that's so exciting. I was no, I'm a boo. I'm the monkey, guys. And they were and you're okay with that? I'm I am so excited that I'm the monkey, trust me. So I loved that one. It was so much fun.
Okay, and Emma, just going through my questions here. Emma wants to know, what is your favorite thing about living with Joe?
Favorite thing about living with Joe? Well, I think there's literally not been one day that I haven't laughed in a certain day. He's just so funny. He makes any situation fun, which is fantastic, especially at times like this. He just, whenever I'm in a bit of a mood, or which I'm a girl, I can get a bit in a bad mood, he just makes me not in one, which is so cool. So he's great to live with. He's a lot of fun.
You guys seem like you're having,
seriously.
Exactly. I mean, you guys seem like you're having such a fantastic time in lockdown. Well, I mean, as much fun as you can be having.
Yeah, exactly. It's true, we do. And we're actually really enjoying because normally, like I say, I'd be so busy that there could be weeks, months that we don't get to see each other because of me touring around so much. So it's quite nice. We get to spend a little bit of time together before this all ends and it gets crazy again. So yeah, making the most of it.
And bake some Doctor Who cake.
Yeah, right. That was pretty cool as well.
That was ambitious. That was ambitious. And I was very impressed. For anyone who doesn't know, you and Joe did it together. You baked a cake that looked like what do they call that thing in Doctor Who?
It's the TARDIS, I believe.
That one.
The TARDIS, yeah. So we made it out of cookies. You are meant to actually put a cake in the middle of it, but we didn't do that. We just made it out of cookies. But it was so fiddly, and yeah, if you haven't seen it, it's over on our In the Pan channel on YouTube, and it was quite difficult. Like those cookies just kept on cracking. I was like, oh no, but yeah, it was a lot of fun.
But it looked amazing. I was so impressed with what you guys turned out with, even if it wasn't quite Pinterest ready. Okay, so one more question I think is kind of a great note to end on from Livy is, what are your plans for the future?
Plans for the future? Honestly, I have so many goals and ambitions. Obviously, to keep dancing, that's my first and foremost favorite thing in the world. So to keep dancing and doing what I'm doing with Strictly and stuff like that. Obviously, the Joe and Diane Show, that's something in the future that's going to happen. I'm super excited. But things like musicals, I'm really keen on. I really want to learn to sing properly because I can't really sing, but I'd love to go and have some proper lessons and try and, get a little tune out of me. Because I would love to do some musicals and things like that, but more YouTube stuff, podcast, acting. I'm I'm all ears. I kind of want to try everything and anything that I can while I can. So yeah, lots of goals and ambitions, and we'll see what happens with them.
And in terms of personal future, you and Joe, what's on the cards?
Me and Joe, wow. Well, we're happy going how we're going at the moment. And yeah, I guess that's another, we'll just see where it takes us to. But yeah, we're super happy at the moment and continue on like that, hopefully, for many, many years to come.
Amen. Okay, well, that is everything. Okay. Amen. That is everything that I wanted to talk to you about today. Thank you so much for taking the time to be with us and hosting that incredible live workout. Stay tuned. If you want to see some more Q&As and workouts, we have a lot more coming up on this channel. Stay tuned for more. Diane, thank you so much.
No worries. Thank you, guys, and thank you all for joining.
Bye.